Milt from Alaska has a question about radiant barriers.
But when he walks into his metal building, it feels like an oven, Tom. Milt writes, it's 12 by 25, and it needs a radiant barrier. And he sent us a picture in here, Tom, on the old iPad.
Nice.
So it's a nice metal building.
Nice building, yeah.
He says, I considered spray foam, but the wife said it would look bad. So I found a reflective bubble type foil for a ceramic paint. So one problem is that the purlins on this thing are 5 feet centers, which makes a roll-on bat or foam board type thing hard to install, he says. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, you've got a bunch of issues here. First off, a metal building should have some kind of metal building insulation against the metal so it doesn't sweat on the inside. So a sweating problem is in Milt's future if he doesn't put the insulation against it. Now, all these insulation products, except for a radiant barrier, is not going to help. The ceramic paints are for the outside of the building, not the inside. That's a reflector, not a barrier. So you're looking at a radiant barrier, and you're looking for that vinyl-backed insulation that goes against metal buildings to keep it from sweating. And if you want it cool, you got to air condition it. Everybody who has a garage at this time of year, everybody that has an outbuilding this time of year, and I've been getting these questions for 30 years now, how can I cool my garage off? Well, if we could cool a garage off by putting a little insulation in there, because that's what they want to do, then you could cool your whole house that way. It doesn't work. It
stands to reason.
Got to be air conditioned. It will get easily 100 degrees, even with a radiant barrier, even with the insulation, even with foam boards, even with spray-ons. It's still going to get 100 degrees in there or greater, and it's going to be very uncomfortable for you. So a lot of ventilation or an air conditioning system when used when you're in there.
And if you air condition it, you have to insulate it.
You don't have to, but it still needs to be insulated for that sweating.
But you've always said that if you air condition a space, you have to insulate it.
Not have to. What I say is if you air condition a space, then you can insulate it, but it has to be air conditioned all the time, like your house. If you do what I do in my garage, and I just go out there and turn my air conditioner on maybe once a month to go work in the garage, I don't have my garage insulated, but I do have a radiant barrier. I just have a bigger air conditioner, that's all.
He's a man who knows how it blows. And you can learn more about that and other things just like it at HomeShowRadio.com under the Ask Tom tab.